shit click clack. I got up out the matrix, took the tic tac. Cause I got God, they don't get that.
Took me out of bondage and he did that. He took away my sin, he forget that. So say get behind me, get back. He thought he had my life, he can't have that. I walk around with a thought.
How we doing today? We back with another episode. It is 1:53 in the morning, and we in John 10. We just finished John 9. Let me make sure we did. Hope y'all been having a good day today. And it says, the good shepherd and the sheep. I tell you the truth, anyone who sneaks over the wall of a sheepfold rather than going through the gate must surely be a thief and a robber. But the one who enters through the gate is the shepherd of the sheep. The gatekeeper opens the gate for him, and the sheep recognize his voice and come to him. He calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. After he has gathered his own flock, he walks ahead of them, and they follow him because they know his voice. They won't follow a stranger. They will run from him because they don't know his voice. Those who heard Jesus use this illustration didn't understand what he meant, so he explained it to them. I tell you the truth, I am the gate for the sheep, and all who came before me were thieves and robbers, but the true sheep did not listen to them. Yes, I am the gate. Those who come in through me will be saved. They will come and go freely and will find good pastures. The thief's purpose is to steal and to kill and destroy. My purpose is to give them a rich and satisfying life. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd sacrifices his life for the sheep. A hired hand will run when he sees a wolf coming, and he will abandon the sheep because they do not belong to him, and he isn't their shepherd. So the wolf attacks them and scatters the flock. The hired hand runs away because he's working only for the money. He doesn't really care about the sheep. I'm the good shepherd. I know my own sheep, and they know me, just as my Father knows me, and I'm the Father. So I sacrifice my life for the sheep. I have the other sheep too. They are not in the sheepfold. I must bring them also. They will listen to my voice, and they will be one flock with one shepherd. The Father loves me because I sacrificed my life, so I may take it back again. No one can take my life from me. I sacrifice it voluntarily, for I have the authority to lay it down when I want to, and also take it up again. For this is what my Father has commanded. When he said those things, for people were again divided in their opinions about him. Some said he's demon-possessed and out of his mind. Why listen to a man like that? Others said this doesn't sound like a man possessed by a demon. Can a demon open the eyes of the blind? Jesus claims to be the Son of God. It was now winter, and Jesus was in Jerusalem at the time of Hanukkah, the festival of dedication. He was in the temple walking through the section known as Solomon's colonnade. The people surrounded him and asked, how long are you going to keep us in suspense? If you are the Messiah, tell us plainly. Jesus replied, I have already told you, and you do not believe me. The proof is the work I do in my Father's name, but you do not believe me because you are not my sheep. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them. They follow me. I give them eternal life, and they will never perish. No one can snatch them away from me, for my Father has given them to me, and he is more powerful than anyone else. No one can snatch them from the Father's hand. The Father and I are one. Once again, the people picked up stones to kill. Jesus said, at my Father's direction, I have done many good works. For which one are going to stone me? Which one of you are going to stone me? They replied, we're stoning you not for any good work, but for blasphemy. You are a mere man claiming to be God. Jesus replied, it is written in your own scriptures that God said to certain leaders of people, I say you are gods. And you know the scriptures cannot be altered. So if anyone who received God's message were called gods, why do you call it blasphemy when I say I'm the Son of God? After all, the Father sent me apart and sent me into this world. Don't believe me unless you carry out the Father's works. But if I do his work, believe in the evidence of miraculous works I have done. Even if you don't believe in me, then you will know and understand that the Father is in me and I am in the Father. Once again, they tried to arrest him, but he got away and left him. He went behind the Jordan River near the place where John was first baptizing, and stayed there a while, and many followed him. John didn't perform miraculous signs. They remarked to one another, but everything he said about this man has come true, and many who were there believed in Jesus. The raising of Lazarus. A man named Lazarus was sick. He lived in Bethany with his sisters Mary and Martha. This is the Mary who later poured the expensive perfume on the Lord's feet and wiped them with her long hair. Her brother Lazarus was sick, so the two sisters sent a message to Jesus telling him, Lord, your dear friend is very sick. But when Jesus heard about it and said, Lazarus' sickness will not end in death. No, it happened for the glory of God, so the Son of God will receive glory for this. So although Jesus loved Martha, Mary, and Lazarus, he stayed where he was for the next 2 days. Finally, he said to the disciples, let's go back to Judea. But his disciples objected, Rabbi, they said only a few days ago the people in Judea were trying to stone you. Are you going there again? And Jesus replied, there are 12 hours of daylight every day. During the day, people can walk safely. They can see because they have light of the world. But at night, there is danger stumbling because they have no light. Then said our friend, Lazarus has fallen asleep, but now I will go and wake him up. The disciples said, Lord, if he is sleeping, he will soon get better. They thought Jesus meant Lazarus was simply sleeping, but Lazarus had died. So he told them, Lazarus is dead, and for your sakes, I'm glad I wasn't there, for now you will really believe. Come on, let's go see him. Thomas, nicknamed the twin, said to his fellow disciples, let's go too, and died with Jesus. And when Jesus arrived at Bethany, he was told that Lazarus had already been in his grave for 4 days. Bethany was only a few miles down the road from Jerusalem. And when many people had come to console Martha and Mary in their loss, when Martha got the word that Jesus was coming, she went to meet with him. But Mary stayed in the house. Martha said to Jesus, Lord, if you had only been here, for my brother wouldn't have died. But even now I know that God will give you whatever you ask. Jesus told her, your brother will rise again. Yes, Martha said, he will rise when everyone else rises at the last day. Jesus told her, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me, even after dying, anyone who believes in me will live even after dying. Everyone who lives in me believes in me and will never die. Do you believe this, Martha? Yes, Lord, she told him. I have always believed you are the Messiah, the Son of God, the one who has come into the world from God. Then she returned to Mary. She called Mary aside from the mourners and told her, the teacher is here, he wants to see you. So Mary immediately went to him. Jesus had stayed outside the village at the place where Martha met him. When the people who were in the house consoling Mary saw her leave so hastily, they assumed that she was going to Lazarus' grave to weep, so they followed her. When Mary arrived and saw Jesus, she fell at his feet, saying, Lord, if you had only been here, my brother would have not died. When Jesus saw her weeping and the other people walking with her, a deep anger welled up within him, and he was deeply troubled. Where have you put him? He asked them. They told him, Lord, come and see. Then Jesus wept. The people who were standing nearby said, see how much he loved him. But someone said, the man healed a blind man. He couldn't have helped Lazarus from dying. Jesus was still angry. As he arrived at the tomb, the cave with the stone rolled across his entrance. Rolled the stone aside, Jesus told him. But Martha, the dead man's sister, protested, Lord, he's been dead for 4 days. The smell will be terrible. Jesus responded, didn't I tell you you will see God's glory if you believe? So they rolled the stone aside, and Jesus looked up to heaven and said, Father, thank you for hearing me. You had always heard me, but I said out loud for the sake of all these people standing here, so they will believe you sent me. Then Jesus had Lazarus come out, and the dead man came out, his hands and feet bound in the grave clothes, his face wrapped in a headcloth. Jesus told them to wrap him and let him go. The plot to kill Jesus. Many of the people who were with Mary believed in Jesus, and they saw this happen, but some went to the Pharisees, told them what Jesus had done, and the leading priests and Pharisees called the high council together. What are we going to do? They asked each other. This man certainly performs many miracles. If we allow him to go on like this, soon everyone will believe him. Then a Roman army will come and destroy both our temple and our nation. Caiaphas, who was a high priest at the time, said, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't realize that this is better for you, that one man should die for the people than the whole nation should to be destroyed. He did not say this on his own. As the high priest at the time, he was led to prophecy that Jesus would die for the entire nation, and not only for that nation, but to bring together and unite all the children of God scattered around the world. So from that time on, the Jewish leaders began to plot on Jesus' death. As a result, Jesus stopped his public ministry among the people and left Jerusalem. He went to a place near the wilderness, to the village of Ephraim, and stayed there with his disciples. It was now almost time for the Jewish Passover celebration, and many people from all over the country arrived in Jerusalem several days early so that they could go through the purification ceremony before the Passover began. They kept looking for Jesus, but as soon as they stood around in the temple, they said to each other, what do you think? He won't come for Passover really? Meanwhile, the leading priests and Pharisees had publicly ordered that anyone seeing Jesus must report it immediately so they could arrest him. Jesus anointed at Bethany. 6 days before the Passover celebration began, Jesus arrived in Bethany, the home of Lazarus, the man he had raised from the dead. A dinner was prepared in Jesus' honor. Martha served, and Lazarus was among them who ate with him. Then Mary took a 12-ounce jar of expensive perfume made from the essence of nard, and she anointed Jesus' feet with it, wiping his feet, but her hair in the house was filled with fragrance. But Judas Iscariot, the disciple who would soon betray him, said the perfume was worth a year's worth of wages. It should have been sold and the money given to the poor. Not that he cared for the poor, for he was a thief, and since he was in charge of the disciples' money, he often stole some for himself. Jesus probably, leave her alone. She did in this preparation for my burial. You will always have the poor among you, but you will not always have me. When all the people heard Jesus arrived, they flocked to see him, also to see Lazarus, the man Jesus had healed from the dead. Then the leading priest decided to kill Lazarus too, for it was because of him that many people had deserted them and believed in Jesus. Jesus' triumphs entered. The next day, the news Jesus was on the way to Jerusalem swept through the city. A large crowd of Passover visitors took palm branches and went down the road to meet him. They shouted, praise God, blessings on the one who comes in the name of the Lord, hail to the King of Israel. Jesus found a young donkey, rode it, fulfilling the prophecy, saying, don't be afraid, people of Israel, look, your king is coming, riding on a donkey's colt. His disciples did not understand at the time this was the fulfillment of prophecy, but Jesus entered into his glory. They remembered what had happened and realized these things had been written about him. Many in the crowd had seen Jesus call Lazarus from the tomb, raising him from the dead, and they were telling others about it, that was the reason so many went out to meet him, because they had heard about the miraculous sign. And the Pharisees said to each other, there's nothing we can do. Look, everyone has gone after him. We're going to stop at chapter 12, verse 20. We're going to dive back in, probably later today. Yeah, have a blessed day. I love y'all.